Hi, I am Verdaillia Turner, and this is Georgia Now. Do you want to make $5 an hour, $250,000 a year by being a glorified babysitter? Stay tuned. Watch your tax bill, and we'll show you how. There's barely a week that goes by that the public is not made aware of a fight or some unfortunate situation in classrooms. And that's because of cell phones. But there are rules for cell phones, and those rules are being violated. If a policeman should arrest you and not read you your Miranda rights, you could have the weapon in your hand and the case would be dismissed. So before we start judging teachers, judging principals, judging school districts, let's talk about the real problem. And unless we talk about the real problem and some solutions, we will continuously sweep discipline problems under the rug and our houses will never be cleaned. Recently, just in DeKalb County, there was a teacher that just went off. She never cursed the individual student. She did curse the classroom. And there were some teachers that had comments about IEPs and all the exhaustive measures that could be utilized to discipline a class. But just as the policeman cannot stop us from going 100 miles an hour and making an Autobahn out of I-20, just like we hear about guns killing folk, people pulling those triggers every night, just like we hear about politicians that rape us with our money, we're going to continuously hear about the violence in classrooms. Why? Because the solution is at home. If there are 25 students in a classroom, there are 50 parents somewhere. And let's just say it's a single parent household and you have 25 students in a classroom. There should be at least 12 of those parents that now the school district can comprehensively get a hold of. But school districts are going to have to put their politicking and their showmanship on the side. And the state and the school districts are going to have to be very serious about including parents in classrooms and in the schools. Most of our parents, I know because I taught school for years, never show up until it's something to react to. Either I'm giving my child an award, or I don't like what the teacher said or what the school district did or what somebody did to my child. PTAs almost don't exist. PTSOs are struggling. There are organizations in place. But parents, this is the opportunity for parents to not only know the teacher, know the principal, know the school, but understand what is going on in the classrooms and schools and how I can help my child in the classroom. Because your child or my child might be the reason why the rest of the children can't get a quality education. Your neighbor's child might be the problem. So get to know the teacher and work with the teacher. Not just in good or bad times, but on a daily basis. How can I help you, teacher? How can I augment what you're doing in the classroom? How can I help you as a person? Then parents should know parents, because I may be able to help you out as a single parent, or I may not be a single parent, and I have a bunch of teenagers or children that I can't control, but I don't know what they're doing in those classrooms. So we're ruining the opportunity to everybody else. So there must be, in particular classrooms and in the school, a holistic and comprehensive approach to involving parents. Because whatever happens in the classrooms, which is a microcosm of the school, which is a microcosm of society, starts and begins at home. And that is a society issue, a big elephant in society, with our discipline, with our morality, with our truths, because everybody have their own truth. That means there's no truth. But we're going to have to put the hammer down because this stuff is out of control. Now, let me ask you, who would work for $5 an hour? All right, teachers, you can. Why not just be a glorified babysitter with a degree? What do you mean by $5 an hour? Let's say you have 30 kids in your classroom. and you work 8 hours a day. $5 times an hour, 30, is how much money? Then you multiply that times 8 hours. Multiply that times 4 weeks in a month. And in 9 months, you got almost $250,000. We talk about paying teachers. Let's just get $5 an hour teachers for what we do. $5 an hour, $40 a day, 40 times 30. Do the math. So we are making glorified babysitters out of our educators. Now, this is going to really sound off the cuff. When teachers really get spastic, we don't know what these teachers are going through. They're coming back behind COVID. We work in educational systems that is a reward punishment system. It's an I gotcha thing that's still going on. It goes on. Kids are sent to the office and sent right back because principals and administrators are busy with other things and don't know what to do with the children. And when you take any teacher that day in and day out that's really concerned about a child's education, they are human and they have families. Think about it. And they're coming back behind COVID and they're in those pressure cooker situations. We need to take our hats, our jackets, every day. Every day, and that needs to be our priority. If you want the best and brightest, and if our children deserve the best and brightest, and if we're serious about education, we must be serious about discipline. Not just on the student, but also involving the parents comprehensively. Do you want the best education? Do you want a good society? Then the news is going to keep sensationalizing. And I love the news media. They have a role to play. But you need to comprehensively understand what's going on in the life of a teacher and a principal every day. By the way, I have my tax bill with me today. And my tax bill, I just left it over there, just in DeKalb County, 2/3 of my taxes go to the DeKalb County School District. 2/3. That's a lot of money. Not to mention the CARES Act money that came into DeKalb County, $1.5 billion. It happened, it's in other counties the same way. Look at your tax bill. See what you're getting for your money. I believe in supporting public schools, but this ridiculous rotten apples in the classroom, rotten apples in the community, somebody got to take responsibility. We have to take it back. We have to take responsibility. And stop pointing our fingers at the teachers. Stop pointing our fingers just necessarily at the school district. And parents, get involved. If you see this message, this tape, and it's not dressed up, may not be edited, pass it on. Go ask your principal and teacher, how can I help? Call your neighbors. Start your own group. Get involved, not just at the football and basketball games and at the award ceremony and whistling and going on at the graduations. Find out what your child is doing every day and give the benefit of the doubt this year to the teacher. Thank you for listening.